Okay, I'm back. And so now we know where the electrons live in various atoms of the periodic table. Now we want to talk about the electrons that actually participate in chemical reactions. So this is very important. Now, your typical motel or hotel is going to have fire doors. So what is the purpose of a fire door? Okay, it's to isolate the building so that a fire can't spread. So an atom, the atomic hotel, also has fire doors. And so whenever a floor of the atomic hotel has its complete complement of electrons, a fire door is going to seal off that floor of the apartment building. And so only the electrons that are in those above those sealed off electrons, those are the ones that will participate in chemical reactions. So we're going to call those valence electrons. Okay, so here's what we mean. Let's go back to lithium. So find on your periodic table lithium. Find out how many total electrons does lithium have. Okay, it's going to be 3. So lithium has 3 total electrons. Now, 2 of them live where? So 2 of them are in the 1s orbital. They're on the ground floor. So the fire doors close, and that seals off the first floor. So what does that leave you with? So 3 minus 2 is 1. So now you've got 1 extra electron that's in the 2s orbital, and it is going to be a valence electron. So that particular electron is going to participate in chemical reactions. The one underneath it, so the 2 of them that are underneath it, they would not participate in chemical reactions. Now, let's look at the periodic table and notice that the periodic table has columns. So all you got to do in order to know how many outer electrons does an atom have, look at what column it's in. So over here on the left-hand side, you got column number 1. So that would be hydrogen, and then underneath it is lithium, and then underneath that is sodium, okay? So that you've got all of these different elements in that first column. Every one of those atoms, every one of those elements has 1 outer electron, 1 valence electron. Now look at the elements that are in the second column. Every one of those elements has 2 valence electrons. Now we're going to skip that middle part of the periodic table because we're not chemists, and we're not going to get into this in too much detail. Those are called the transition elements, and some of them are kind of weird. So that's that yellow part that you see in the picture. And now we're going to go over to the other side of the periodic table where it continues with column 3, column 4, column 5, column 6, column 7, and then finally you got column 8. So again, each of those columns is telling you how many valence electrons does that particular element have. Very important, because those will be the electrons that participate in chemical reactions. Okay, let's take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about reactivity.